Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the ninth episode of Hisone to Maso-tan. And in the last episode, our characters got to learn a bit more about what D pilots are all about, their purpose in life. They got to experience what it's like to ride the D for 3 days and 3 nights straight. Luckily, they did get to nap a little bit during it, so it wasn't quite as bad as it might seem. We also got to reveal that the one mysterious old lady used to be a D pilot, was pretty good back in her day, back when her, didn't have a broken hip and all that stuff. And we also got introduced to our Mikos, which are also apparently relevant to everything. And Okonogi seems to be involved with that in some capacity. So, yeah, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Everybody's staring at me. It is now. Well, yes, we got that, but it's rules are rules. You don't say. I do quite appreciate I should be so straightforward and honest about that. The polar opposite of a tsundere. But the blush. Think you had some competition there. Oh, she is. Yeah, I did not see that coming when I first started this show. Really. Hisone has a lot on her mind right now, I'm sure. I bet. I'm sure. That's why she's a Miko. I'm sure. She's like, what are you talking about? Can't separate us. See you later, I gotta go to my actual love interest now. So yeah, she's gonna be unhappy with Hisone. Yep, I think you just met your rival. Well, you saw her being your rival. Oh, she's just checking out the. Oh right, Gia! I remember the episode title now. I thought it was Kia at first, but no, it's got the little 1010 there, so it's Gia. I guess it's not that much of a difference, but yeah, we also had a slightly changed opening last episode to incorporate our new Miko and stuff. Just enjoy that breeze. Yo, oh no, she walked away from me. Gotta suit up. I like how it's like the voices are muted, but you can still tell she's yelling. Yeah, that's the childhood friend girl. Man, she looks good in that uniform. Back into it. Good. Conspicuously absent. Ah. Let's pretend for a second I don't know what that means. I like how she's making sure to continue to make good use of her tongue on the D. On her D, specifically. Good job. Yeah, I don't know what it means either, Hisone. Maso-tan. No, it's Maso-tan. Of course she did anyway. Although she is the cutest girl on the show so far, so I'm okay with her being here. Yeah, well, Natsume's not a... Oh, that sound. I hate that sound so much. Good, Maso-tan. Well, yeah, you're getting too lovey-dovey with the guy she likes, so... Yeah. A little bit like, a little bit like someone we know. You're gonna run into a wall. Youngsters, how old do you think you are? She's gonna play with your D while you're gone. Very close. We're friends and coworkers. Uh, a guy you hang out with to go drinking with sometimes. To pilot the robots. Well, the dragon. Wow. Why are you following me around? Because she loves you. It's hard to, it's hard to keep friends that way. Of course you do. Yeah, but she doesn't feel bad. That's a difference. That's a fundamental difference there. Okay, Yomaru. In a really loud voice. uh. Oh. Oh. He gave you the cola. I guess we could take that as a peace offering. It's quiet here. She can't follow me here. Okay. Uh, it's hard to say with her. I want to keep that a secret. Well, it's fine. You and him? Well, that is a preferred ship, but the less likely one. Die or death? Not sure how I feel about those choices. I'm leaning towards death being better, though. Doki doki? That too. Uh... Yes, please do. Well, there you go. Not impossible. Just try harder. Have you? Of course. Can't tell the girls anything until the last second, as always. Miko. And she has the Miko prop. Yes, she is. uh, so the bin din is some important position that somebody has to fill, I guess. uh, everybody's kind of spent after today. In position, ladies. Just like the opening shows. It's only gay if the bells are touching. Pretty nice animation, though. Yeah, I would watch it too. Man, she was so much more attractive back then. No, I'm just fantasizing about these girls having a sleepover. Is it that bad? Sacrificed? Is one of them gonna be sacrificed? Is that what that position's about? You have quite the eyes, though. Every time that part, it feels like they're actually around me. So well done. You're awake! I'm sure it feels the same way about you. Yeah. just just lick it to make yourself feel better. I've noticed. I'm sure. So the Migos are the sluts, I gotcha. The Deepots are the pure maidens. Makes sense. That just makes it better. What do you want about? Wow. These are high school girls after all. I see somebody lurking. Somebody that's jealous. There are more important things in life than selfies. I know that might be mind-blowing for you to hear, but... Well, everyone wants to do that, but that's just for fun. You're the actual love interest for him, so... Wow, unintentional cup, I don't. I guess that works. Oh, they actually kissing? I didn't think it was actually went that far. uh, uh, We just... Please stop yelling. We just went over the fact that they must be pure maidens. What do you think you're doing? Man, I bet she's really fired up now. More selfies. Or really, maybe just uses a mirror. I guess that's current year for you. Oh wow, she is there. She really keeps focusing in on that. Oh, she looked at Hardest before. Okay, makes more sense now. I probably should have got that before, but oh well. Yeah. She's putting the pieces together in her head after realizing that they went on a date together. Nothing to apologize for, like, at all. Wait, what? Oh, I think she means a licking. You know, when you say that, it just makes it worse. Why? What exactly is a bait taker exactly? Uh, but she's not. She just sees him as a friend. Now is her true love interest. Don't you know that? I mean, you might not know that because you new here. Uh, okay, you're not making a good case for yourself here. Uh, uh, it's not like I like him or anything. Yeah, you just never been in love before. You know, not counting now. Actually made me jump. Well, I think the title makes sense now. You just blew her mind, I think, literally. Uh, it is so cold out there, and yet that it's so hot in there. So pretty much that slow zoom in was her putting the pieces together in her head. I don't know, because you're a girl. Ow. Some people are trying to sleep, I'm sure. And she's still thinking about her kiss. Well, you nailed that, Landon. Ugh. She has seen some shit, those eyes. Very simplistic drawn eyes, but... I think some of them are a little bit... not all there. Oh no. I love him so much I hear his voice in my head. Uh... Surf and Taxi is definitely an interesting name for the D. I think your emotions might be too much in a flutter to Also, yeah, because we've already established being in love with guys is problematic for piloting, so that's why the two of them are having issues right now. Yes, please hold this shot until it finishes melting. Things have changed. And half of this is all Natsume's fault. Ouch, it looks like it's actually burned into her skin. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, at least they're out now. Somebody should probably catch her. I know she has a helmet, but still, catch her. You know, like Okonogi. Or Natsume. I thought for sure somebody would catch hers. Well, that could have went better. Ugh. Girls, this is why you should never kiss boys. Take lessons right here. Okay, it doesn't seem too bad on damage on the skin. Well, I'm sure you are as well. Okay, so that's what aneurysmosis is. Yeah, we need new suits, but not quickly enough. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to eat these girls, let's be honest. That's a good point. Yes, love. They have boys that they like. Yes. Oh no, we've been found out. I don't think he's happy about that. Well, of course not. We had an entire episode dedicated to trying to prevent this, and now we have this. I'm actually reading the lyrics this time. With a kiss, I'll remind you not to fall in love. And shake it. Uh, the dancing is never. I'm never gonna get tired of that. Watching that dancing, like ever. What is this conversation? Melting in love. Wow. Okay, that was the 9th episode of Hisone to Maso-tan. A very interesting episode. So, obviously, we now have our Miko characters. We're getting a little bit more of them. We actually got to see them do one of their little ritual practice sessions, which is pretty cool. We have Natsume, who's not being subtle in the slightest about liking Okonogi. In fact, she's very similar to Hisone in the sense that she is very direct and blunt about letting people know her thoughts on things. However, the key difference between the two of them is the fact that she doesn't feel bad about it. She'll tell you that you're a piece of shit, and just, it's just what it is. Nothing to feel bad about, even though you're being mean to someone. I guess I just kind of how she looks at things. So that is a pretty big difference, despite them otherwise being very similar people in that regard. Another similarity is the fact that they're both in love with Okonogi. Of course, one was not aware of this, but Natsume helped to realize that, which ended up being a very bad thing, as we found out later in the episode. But, Hisone was not the only one to have some issues with the love category, because What's-His-Face decided to kabedon/kiss Eri, and now her emotions are now also all in a flutter, and love is on her, she has love on the brain. And now two of our D-pilots have been corrupted by men, pretty much. And that's a bit of a problem. As a result, when they did their next training session thing, the Ds were trying to eat them, like fully consume them. Because they usually swallow them, but they're not meant to be digested. They're meant to just stay in their belly and then vomit it back up. Which, the more you think about this, the more messed up this all becomes. But anyway, because they were in love, the dragons wanted to actually fully eat them. Which is interesting, because we got a sub-position name dropped called the Binden, something like that, and they were speculating about who that would be. And then we got some more talk about that, well, with our Mikos, so implying that it would most likely be a Miko and not anyone else. So my theory on this is that that a Binden would be a Miko, and because earlier they talked about how the whole being pure thing is just a D-pilot thing. Us Mikos, we can do whatever we want. I think the reason for that is because they want the Mikos to be edible for the dragons. That maybe the Binden is a Miko that's selected to actually be fully consumed by a dragon as a sacrifice. And because they're allowed to be in love and everything, the dragon would be willing to eat them. At least that's how I think this all goes together, if that makes sense at all. And Natsume very much is in love. She's very blatant about that, very honest about that, so she would be the perfect candidate to be the Binden. Especially with everybody else talking about how she's all like, Haru-kun, Haru-kun. Like, yeah, so I feel like my theory holds water. And yeah, I feel like there's a good chance of that being the case. Anyway, back to some less serious stuff. Hisone, when she had that realization that she is in love with Okonogi, that was a very great, hilarious scene. Because first it showed her face and it slowly zoomed in on it with that very blank expression that looks like nothing's going on, but on the contrary, there was so much going on that all the mental processing power was dedicated to solving a very specific, arithmetic problem. So where there was none left over for like facial expressions and stuff. And then when it was finished making all its calculations, put all the pieces together, realized what was going on, and then bam, everything else went into overdrive. You had the blushing, you had the screaming, the gyas, the running, and yeah, it was quite an event there. Because Natsume just thought that she was being dishonest about being in love with Okonogi. She did not realize that she just wasn't aware that she was in love with him. And it was just kind of funny, her saying, no, I don't like him. I just like this about him, and that about him, and this about him, and that about him. Oh, and the other thing about him. That's good, too. Oh, but I don't like him or anything. And yeah, once you say that stuff out loud, you should realize how ridiculous you sound. Like, yes, she does like him. Which is a problem, because D-pilots are not allowed to fall in love with anyone besides the D. They're meant to be 100% dedicated to the D, because if they're not, as we find out, the dragons, they want to completely eat them. In any case, the higher-ups are not exactly happy about this recent development, so I am curious what they're going to do. Are they going to murder their love interests to stifle this love for good? I doubt it'll go that far. But they're obviously going to do something, whether it's, fire them. I don't think they do that, because they really can't afford to just throw away trained D-pilots. It's not like they can just put out new applications for D-pilots. I mean, the dragons are the OTFs are very, very picky about who they have. So, I don't know, maybe they'll do some brainwashing, counseling or something to get the love out of them. I don't know, there could be different ways this can go, but one thing for certain is they cannot pilot dragons to where they are, so something has to be done, and I look forward to seeing what they do. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.